Hi children. So in the previous video we discussed about that flow chart, right? So based on that flow chart, worksheet 1 total concept problems there I said no. So in this video we are going to discuss about that worksheet 1 questions. Okay. So let us say that the first question what they given in that worksheet 1. Okay, for your understanding only here we have that flow chart. So by seeing this one also you can say that answers. So when I will start that reading of that question, just if you know that answer then you also send that answers in chat box. Okay. So let us say that the first question, what is that? Which of the following are complex numbers? Which of the following are complex numbers? So children, just observe this one, this flow chart here, complex numbers. Here it is complex numbers. So in that complex numbers, which type of numbers are there? We know that natural numbers are complex numbers, as well as here any numbers, whole numbers are complex numbers, integers are complex numbers, rational numbers are complex numbers, real numbers are complex numbers. Okay. So by observing this one, what is the first option they given here? Real numbers. So we know that all the real numbers are complex numbers. Okay, clear. Next, imaginary numbers. All the imaginary numbers are complex numbers. That one also we know that, right? So here option C is real and imaginary. So complex numbers means here real numbers there as well as imaginary numbers also there. The combination of real numbers and imaginary numbers is known as complex numbers. Okay children. So here which option is correct? Yes, option C is correct. That is real and imaginary. Okay. So let us say that the second one here it is. Every composite number is a or an. Every composite number. So composite number where we have here. Here it is composite number. So every composite number is a. Bottom to top. Okay. Everything we can see that for that true statements, right? So here every composite number is a natural number. Composite number is there in that natural number. Okay. So here natural number. Okay, that is true statement. And whole number, all the natural numbers are whole numbers. So composite numbers are there in natural numbers. So composite numbers, what composite numbers are there in that natural numbers? For example, I will tell you composite numbers means here we can take that 4. 4 is a composite number or not? So generally we know that composite numbers and prime numbers, right? So prime numbers means a number which is having only 2 factors. Those 2 factors also the number itself and 1. Okay, and come to that composite numbers means it has more than 2 factors. More than 2 factors. Then we will call them as composite numbers. We will discuss in that concept too. Okay, briefly. So here just to say that composite numbers. So 4 is a composite number or not? Yes, we know that 4 is a composite number. So 4 is in natural numbers. Yes or no? Yes. 4 is there in that whole numbers. Yes or no? Yes. 4 is there in that integers. Yes, that is also positive. So here all the statements are correct only. So which option is correct here? Yes. Here option is all of the above. Why? Because all the composite numbers are natural numbers and whole numbers as well as integers as well as rational numbers. Okay. As well as real numbers as well as complex numbers also we can say that. Okay. So bottom to top. Clear ma? So let us say that the third question. Yes, see here third question. Every prime number is. So composite numbers previous they asked. So see here every prime number. Okay. So every prime number is a natural number. Am I clear? So first option is a natural number. So every prime number is a set of natural numbers. So first option is also correct. And the second one, whole numbers. All the natural numbers there in that whole numbers also no. Just think for that 2 is a prime number. Yes or no? Yes, 2 is the least prime number and the first even one and only even prime number, right? So here 2 is there in that natural numbers. Yes. And 2 is there in that whole numbers, yes. And 2 is an irrational number. No, 2 is not an irrational number. 2 is a rational number. Okay. So we know that these all numbers, right? So which options are correct? Natural numbers are correct as well as whole numbers also correct only, no? So that's why option C is correct. Okay, A and B options. So that's why option C is correct. In option C they given that A and B options. Okay children. So don't be confused that Let us see that fourth question here. What is that? Non-integral fractions are always non-integral fractions. So where we can say that non-integral fractions. Okay, where we can say that integers. So integers are separate than that non-integral fractions. Okay, non-integral fractions are nothing but fractions, a by b form. Okay, we know that integers are not there in that a by b form, right? So that's why integers are separate than that or differ than that. Okay, integral fractions. Integers are differ than that fractions. So that's why this option is wrong. Next, rational numbers. Yes, we will see that one later. Next, irrational numbers. So here non-integral fractions that is related to rational numbers. There is no relation between that irrational numbers and non-integral fractions. Okay, is there any lines there? Here? Not there. Here in rational numbers only we have that three parts. In the three parts, one of the part is non-integral fractions. Clear? So that's why here irrational numbers also wrong. Okay, and come to this one here, imaginary numbers. So here non-integral fractions there. Just observe this separations here. Non-integral fractions related to rational numbers. Rational numbers that is they related to real numbers. Real numbers related to complex numbers. But here we didn't touch about that imaginary numbers. So by seeing this flow chart we can say that non-integral fractions are not imaginary numbers. Am I clear to you? Yes. So here this option also wrong. So which option is correct? Yes, that is related to rational numbers. Okay children, which option is correct? Non-integral fractions are always rational numbers. Am I clear? Yes, see that next question. Okay, see here. Every integer is. So here every integer they are saying about that integers. Where we can say that integers? Here integers there. So every integer is a rational number. And every rational number is a real number. But here another option they given that option B is irrational numbers. Okay, but there is no sync in between irrational numbers and integers. Okay, those two are differ. So here integers are there in the rational numbers are there in that real numbers. So which two options are correct? Rational numbers and real numbers. Those two options also A and C correct. But this is single correct answer, no? So that's why they given here option D. In option D what they given? Both A and C. Okay, so that's why here option D is correct. Okay children, let us see that sixth question here. All real numbers are always. So here all the real numbers are always complex numbers. We know that. Why? Because bottom to top. All the real numbers are complex numbers. So we know this condition. Okay. Is it possible to say that all the real numbers are integers? All the real numbers are integers. Is it possible to say? Why? Because here in real numbers we have that rational numbers and irrational numbers also there. Okay. And here in rational numbers we have that integers. So all the integers are rational numbers, we agree that. But all the rational numbers are not all the rational numbers are not integers. Why? Because in that rational numbers we have that fractions. But that fractions not there in that integers. So that's why here top to bottom that is a false statement only, no? So that's why here real numbers, after two options they given that integers here it is there and whole numbers here it is there, and next one is whole numbers and rational numbers here it is there. Okay, so what I told you that always bottom to top statements are true statements. So here first one complex numbers after here real numbers after here integers after whole numbers. Okay, so in between rational also there, no? So rational after integers. So here all the real numbers are complex numbers. Yes, this is true statement. But all the real numbers are rational numbers. This is a false statement. All the real numbers are integers. False statement. All the real numbers are whole numbers. False statement. Okay children, so which option is correct? Yes, all the real numbers are always complex numbers. Is it clear to you? Yes, let us see the next question. Yeah, see here seventh question. All irrational numbers are always, again we have to say top and bottom. Okay, all irrational numbers. So all the irrational numbers. All the irrational numbers are, first one rational, so that is the false statement. And all rational numbers are complex numbers. It is possible. Why? Because all the irrational numbers are real numbers. All the real numbers are complex numbers. Okay, so that's why here complex is correct. As just now only I told you that all the irrational numbers are real numbers also. So B and C options are correct. If this question will give for that a multi-correct answer, then we can keep that those two answers. But this is a single correct answer. How you can say that, ma'am, here this is single correct? Why? Because here another option they given that both B and C. Okay, so they are saying these two options also correct only. They are saying in that option D. So that's why that is the single correct answer. So answer is D. If you keep that any one of them, then that is wrong. Okay, so that's why here answer D is correct. Okay, children. So let us see that next question. Every whole number is A. So where we have whole number? Here it is. Every whole number is A. First option is rational number. So that is top. So it is possible. And irrational, every whole number is irrational. Here we can say one more thing, ma'am, here bottom to top always you are saying true, no, but here is it a irrational number? It is not irrational number. Why? Because whole numbers part, just observe that here like this, there whole numbers are there in that integers, integers there in that rational numbers. Rational numbers and irrational numbers are different. All the rational numbers not there in that irrational numbers, as well as integers are not there in that irrational numbers, like that not given no here. And we also know that those are not irrational numbers. Okay, so that's why here top to bottom always means you have to observe that flow chart also. Okay, so that's why every whole number is a rational number. Okay, it is satisfying. Irrational, wrong. So here after that there is no sync in between these two, right? So that's why here imaginary also wrong. Okay, after that we have all the real. Here we are saying all the whole numbers are rational numbers. Rational numbers are there in that real numbers. Okay, real numbers are there in that complex numbers. So here we can say that complex numbers also. Okay, children, this is a multi-correct answer. Okay, how we can say means here both A and B, both A and C, like that options not given, no. But here two answers also correct. So this type of questions are multi-correct answers. Multi-correct means more than one correct answer. Okay, so here answers are rational numbers and complex numbers. Am I clear, children? Yes. See that next one. Yes, children. See the ninth question. Negative integers are always. Negative integers are always. So where we can say that negative integers, here it is negative integers. Okay. So first option is negative integers are fractions. So integers are different than that fractions, no? So that is wrong answer. Okay, so here we have that fractions, but there is no link in between these two, right? So here negative integers are not fractions and irrational. So this is also wrong only, we can say that easily. Why? Because here connection like this there. Okay, so next real numbers. So here negative integers are there in that integers. Integers are there in that rational numbers. Rational numbers are there in that real numbers. So here real numbers are correct. Okay, and here non-integral fractions. Fractions nothing but non-integral fractions. So here these two also same only. Okay, so negative integers are always, okay, are always real numbers. Okay, children. So this is about that worksheet 1, single correct answers and multi-correct answers. Okay, so in that next video again we will meet with next the leftover questions which are related to state true or false and which option is correct and which option is not correct. Okay, that type of questions we will discuss in that next video. Okay, thank you all.